Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Luxury Live Show. It's good to see everyone here. I've got with me my co host, Fashionably Amy. And it's, yeah, great to see everybody's comments coming in. So today we are doing something a little different. Usually we have a topic on, a luxury topic. But today we are going to answer questions that we actually got before today's live. So we'll still do the live Q&A, but we were thinking about this. Like a lot of our Luxies watch this live after the
Not in real
show.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, not in real time, right? So maybe you're in a different time zone, too early for you. So we decided, why don't we do this where we get questions from everyone who doesn't watch this real time, and then put it together here, and then of course answer your other questions real time. So let me just we've got a couple of slides with the with the questions, because they're like, some of them are really long, and then I'll pull in some pull in some which I've already prepared. So give me a second. Let me just make sure I'm sharing the screen.
And
Let's
yes,
go.
so we will still pull in questions from the live audience, but we will try to go through the questions that we already got first, or as we go. I'll see how the flow is, and then yeah, we'll do a bit of both. That way, we get to answer everyone, even the non-live audience.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you. Okay, so just a quick reminder on the calendar. Today, following Singapore time, so I think for you, Amy, you're still Friday night.
Yeah.
So it's Saturday morning for us here, and we are doing the answering your question. Tomorrow, for the members, remember we have a members live, which we have your wish list. So it's Singapore time, 1:30 in the afternoon, and then it's going to be Vancouver time, 9:30 p.m. So that's tomorrow, and we've got about 4 or 5 wish lists already. So if you still want to send in your wish list, members, send them to us. I'll put in the emails after this. So just remember, send it, like, don't give me last minute. Anytime after the live today, you can send it over. Just leave it a name and all that. Okay, so that's tomorrow. And yeah, we're gonna see your wish list, because you always hear about our wish list, but let's see your wish list. We got some really cool items.
Yes.
All right. So again, we're gonna do the live Q&A. So if you're watching this for the first time, we always do a little topic. Like today's not a topic, today's go straight into the Q&A. But if you have questions for us, leave a bunch of question marks on the front so that I can see it and I can pull it front, or Amy can see it and let me know. Okay, let's get started. From Denon Peters. Okay, this is long. I'm going to read it out. Hi, my question is a bit long, so I decided to type it out instead. I have been pre-spending at a boutique that is 2.5 hours from me, because that was the closest store. I have spent around 15 to 16,000. Some on fine jewelry, shoes, but I haven't been offered. It's been about a year. A local boutique is going to open a few months that is 5 minutes from me. Should I give up at the other boutique, or do I keep spending in hopes to not waste my pre-spend? I know I will have to pre-spend at the local boutique as well. I feel like the relationship with my essay is good with my essay, but how can it be if I've been spent one-to-one and still not, I think that's the word, not offered. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I'll let Kat go first. I think.
you know, uh okay, because I'm reading at the end, right, where you say your relationship is good with the essay. uh I think at this point for me, what I would do is I would be very honest with my essay. Like, if I've already spent, because if I'm in your shoes, I wouldn't know, right? But you're saying that your relationship with your essay is good. If I've already hit about 15, 16,000, I will be honest with my essay and ask, is my bag coming soon? And I think I will make a decision depending on that answer, because I yeah, I feel like I would continue with my essay and the current store until I get my bag, because I've already reached quite a bit pre-spend. But if my essay is being a bit iffy with me, might have to, like, cut my losses and go somewhere else. Mm.
Yeah, I guess you can go either way. I agree with Kat. I would say that it is about time to have sort of like a more serious chat, like not so, not worrisome, not angry. It's just a very just like heart to heart chat, like really ask your essay, that you've been talking about that wish list, you've been a client for over a year, and uh, you would really wish to have that bag, of course, and you're just wondering if he or she can give you some sort of time frame so you have something to look forward to. I will say that I am a bit in a position like yours. We don't really have another store opening, so I don't really have that option. But I am kind of understanding your situation because um, I've passed 1-to-1 a long time ago. I'm more like 2-to-1, and so I do understand your struggle. And like we said many times on this live show, everyone's experience is different. There are cities where you're able to get 2 bags a year, and there are others like Vancouver where you're only gonna ever be able to get one if you're even lucky per year. Some people wait longer than a year or two to get their bags. So it's not unusual in a sense, and it's not
Mm,
unusual to spend more than 1-to-1 to get your bag, and especially depending on what combination you're after. Of course, if you're going for the neutrals and the smaller sizes, they're harder. They You will have to end up spending more. Uh,
mm,
you know, and I'm not trying to say that that you should try to spend more just to get it. I think having a sit down conversation with your essay. I always take the opportunity of when I look at fine jewelry, for example, you have to sit down, right? You have to sit down, try on the jewelry. That's the a good opportunity to sort of chit chat a bit and just to ask genuinely, like just more out of curiosity, but also out of hoping too. So I think, I sort of understand your position, but I think given how it's been with me, I would just keep working with that same essay since you have a good relationship and you have already done all that work, that all that, whatever, 15, 16K spent. Just keep at it because until you get your first bag, I really feel like I wouldn't waste all of that effort. Now, having said that, because you have a new store opening, have a visit at that store too.
mm-hmm.
Um, it's okay to like just visit it, get a feel of how that new store is, get started on a relationship. You can even let that same essay know that, oh, you normally shop at that other store, obviously, because that other store existed a long time ago, but you would maybe like to, come here more often since it's closer. Like just sort of get started on that new location too. And you never know, maybe they can look up your old history from the other store and offer you there a bag. Like you just don't know, right? I don't know where you're
Mm.
located at, but for sure it's not Vancouver. So yeah, that's what I would do. Um I wouldn't give up necessarily. And I honestly think that 1 year is not unusual, and more than 1-to-1 is also not unusual. It really depends on it just depends. Everyone's experience is so different. Yeah.
Yeah, great
Just hold
answer.
out a
Thank
bit
you. Yeah,
longer.
hold out a little bit more because you're at that um amount, right? You're at that
Yeah, you're
pre-spend
at the
where it,
cusp.
yeah, it's sort of like do you need a little bit more or you just need to have a conversation with your essay. You
Yeah.
just need to, yeah, I personally feel like what Emmy said is you should have a heart to heart talk with your essay because you have a good relationship. But it's great advice to actually go and check out the new store because, yeah, we don't know if you could actually, maybe you may say, oh, this is a potential nearby customer. Who knows, right?
And you never know. Maybe they'll offer it to you in 2 weeks. It's like it can happen anytime, honestly. So just hold out a little longer and keep that relationship since it's good already. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your questions, Unun. All right. Next one from, I hope I'm pronouncing this right. It's Meh.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it either. But Moonchild Fragrances is
Yeah.
the the IG name,
IG.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, the IG handle. All right. So it's hi Amy. I love watching your YouTube videos. I want to get a Chanel Coco handle, but it's impossible to find in any store. I actually heard it has been discontinued. Because I'm a first time customer, I can't inform an SA to inform me when the bag is in stock in store, and it's impossible to find one in store. I just wanted to know what's the best way to get my hands on the bag, and is it true that it has been discontinued?
Okay. So it's not discontinued. What has discontinued is that well, it's not really discontinued. The way they the Coco handle had several iteration. At first it was only coming in the larger sizes. The mini didn't even exist, and they only made it with interior lining, leather lining. And then and also at the time it was the handle was exotic skin, and then they stopped the exotic skin altogether, and they started uh only making in regular leather, so caviar, but the interior is fabric line. And now they're back to all leather line, but not no exotic skin, just caviar. So it's not really discontinued, they're just changing it a bit. um, so it is still available for sure. It's not discontinued, but maybe you're referring to the fact that certain seasons they don't make it. Because the Coco handle is not a classic flat, so they don't offer it in every single season. They offer it more like every alternating season. So the current season, there's no Coco handle. So next season, there will be Coco handles, that sort of thing. Um, as for stock, it is not impossible to get it with an essay. It's just very hard, like you have experience. It's just something that you just have to keep trying. You have to start building a relationship with an essay. And by building relationship, we don't mean just to chit chat and go in and da da da. I think that's maybe working before. Um, and even then before it didn't really work for me. You have to start buying things basically. And in a way, like Kat kind of mentioned before, it's kind of like pre-span, but they don't call it that way. So you sort
Mhm.
of just have to make an impression in a way so that you can start that relationship somewhere. And of course, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to buy something, but it definitely helps, even if it's a pair of earrings or whatever. Of course, don't buy anything that you don't love, but that's how you start. You just have to start somewhere. And
Mhm.
if you're nice, and if they are nice, and you made an impression on them, and you get their card, and that essay looked out for you, you will get your bag. It's just a matter of trying again. Just because if they didn't treat you right the first time, or the second time, or the third time, doesn't mean that you just stop there. If you really want that bag and you want it from the retail store, you kind of just have to do it again and again and again. I think I sort of played that game for a whole year where I got nothing. And then eventually I got an essay that was decent and helpful to me. So yeah, I don't know. What would you do, Kat?
Ah, you said it so right. I mean, I totally agree about that. You gotta make an impression because you are a first time customer, and these essays they have their VIPs, they have walk-ins, they have people that walk in just to check it out, and kind of like time wasters. So you gotta have that little bit of impression, right? Of course, not just buying a whole bunch of things, being nice, having a chat, maybe finding something in common. Um, yeah, that's the best way to get the bag. And if you want to get it in store, but if you're okay to pay a premium, then actually now resellers have a lot of stock. We don't know how they get the stock, honestly. When you can find a reputable reseller, if that's all you want, like, because if you don't want to, in a way, play the game at Chanel and buy earrings that maybe that's not what you want, then actually going the no, not resellers. They're kind of like personal shopper route might actually be faster and less stressful. But then again, you have to consider the risk of authentication and all that. But if you can find a reputable one that, it's they have their own store, you can actually see the item, or even have like some kind of like guarantee of return, then that could be a better way. Because if what I'm reading from you, it sounds like you've been trying and it's really hard. So that's one possibility.
It's true. A reseller route wouldn't be the worst if you are only after that one bag. Coco handles, I wouldn't say that they're the hardest to get, but they're not easy to get either. Nothing is easy to get anymore, Chanel.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can find a reseller that offers not too crazy of a rate, I would say
Mm-hmm.
anywhere between 10 to 15% markup is decent. um, but then that's up to you. If you don't want to do that, that's totally fine. And of course, I understand getting the experience from the retail store is that's something too. That's valuable too. So yeah, I just think don't give up. You just, with anything that is hard, you just have to keep going at it, keep trying until you succeed, right? It's the
Yeah.
same with shopping, with luxury shopping.
Yeah. This is it's
Yeah.
getting so hard, huh? Isn't it? It's
Yeah.
like it's like it's so expensive in the first place. It's already hard. And then now you gotta literally hunt it down. It's mind boggling.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a long one. So I'm gonna just read it from Colombia 1825. Hi Amy. Oh my gosh, I just watched Clara on the micro bag. Yes, Clara got the micro bag. I'm in a situation where I have two Speedy B25 mono and Dame Abin, and I got offered the Speedy 20 in monogram. So it's literally the last one in Canada. It's not a micro bag, but it's a mini bag. I can't decide what to do because I know this piece is hard to get. I think I got FOMO. It's in mint condition, but I have 8 mini bags, but I could sell something later. Would you get it? I remember you said that if you have bags that are too similar, you end up gravitating towards one. I have all these lessons taught in me. I can't decide. I love the Speedy. People are unloading their nano Speedies for this new one. That's interesting.
Oh my gosh. When I read that, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to help you. I have the same problem. Not with speedies, but obviously, I think I experienced this with Coco Handle. I experienced this with my micro bags is the most recent. Oh my gosh, who needs 6 micro bags? And I kind of did that with the Gabrielle. Like, I'm not mad at those, but I know what you mean, because you love your speedies, you already have two, and then now there's this brand new size that is like right in between, and it's such a good size. I honestly love it myself too. Luckily, I've kind of, I had 3 speedies in the past, and they're all been rehomed. Speedies just are not my jam, so I did not even consider this one, even though it's very, very tempting. I feel like, okay, since you love speedies, um, and honestly, speedies are very easy to resell. Like, they're so
Hmm.
popular. You're one
Yeah.
of them that is, a lover of speedy. I feel like if you really, really wanted to, you could resell your older speedies and get this new one if you don't want to feel too overwhelmed at having too many, because it is so true. And I speak from experience that even if you have two Coco handles, I have 6 micro bags. Like, even if you have that many, I still gravitate towards the one,
Yeah.
just one. So I'm not saying that having duplicates is bad, because even though I gravitate towards one more, at least I have the option of wearing the color one one time, like, whenever I feel like it, or when I have a different outfit. It's nice, but I think practicality wise, and also for your wallet's sake, it is best not to do too many duplicates. But I do agree this Speedy 20 is so special because it's literally the best size. It's right in
Mm.
between. I would make that one exception. Yeah, I would make it, but I don't know. What would you do, Kat?
I would totally buy it. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
exactly.
I would buy the Speedy 20 and try it out. Like, it's new enough that if you decide that it's not for you, you could easily resell it.
Yeah.
Easily. But who knows that after you get the Speedy 20, you actually really like the size and it becomes the one that you gravitate towards. Then you know that you have two other Speedies that you can sell. And like Amy said, Speedies are actually really, really popular. They are classics and they would sell so fast. So I don't think you are at risk of getting this, right? There is a bit of FOMO. I totally get it, but it's popular enough and still hard to get enough that you won't regret it. Like if you yeah, you won't regret you won't lose money if you regret it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and even
So
if you lost money, it wouldn't be a ton of money because speedies do resell well. And if you got them a long time ago, then you got it at a better price already, right?
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just go and get it.
That's just the worst case scenario. You might not even lose money, but you know, it is a hassle to sell. If actually I should take that back. You might not lose money if you sell it yourself because
Yep.
you're doing all the hard work. But if you do consign it, you do let someone else sell it. Well, of course they're gonna take a cut of it, right? Because they're doing that work, that active work for you. So yeah, I would go with what Kat said. Just get it because it's such a hot bag. And I feel like if you don't like the hot bag, the Speedy 20, it will like sell like this because nobody can get it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No issue. I think this one, yeah, there's definitely that FOMO. I don't think it's even, is it limited edition, this Speedy 20?
Oh,
I
I have
don't
no
think it is.
idea. I
Yeah,
have not kept up with LV at all.
I don't think it's limited edition. I just think it's it's sort of like the multi pochette when they first came out.
Mm,
Everyone was trying to grab it. So um it's going to be really popular. So it's going to be around for a while. And if you manage to get it now at this like launch price, you would not I don't think you would regret it. Like in
yeah.
terms of like recuperating even at your cost because it's fresh out of the oven from LV. Well, sort of, right? They had one with its leather. Yeah, this canvas is the fresh one. Like no
Yeah.
canvas before this. Yeah, go get it. Don't think so hard. Okay, Dr. Azi, Amy, love your content. I have a question. I have been thinking about getting my own YouTube channel and Instagram about luxury fashion, bags, shoes, and stuff. But everything I go to do, I get scared of people finding my address and breaking into my house. How do you go about that? Not to be scared.
Oh, I saw this. I actually was thinking, oh my gosh, how do you not get scared? I think
Mm.
you have to understand that being online and just putting yourself out there, there's always a risk. Like it's not impossible. I mean, it's possible to I don't know if you really have a creeper following you or stalking you, it's possible, right? There's always that risk. But you can minimize that risk by being super careful, of course. Never divulge where you live, never give out your address, your physical address. I use the like if you are on YouTube and you actively post videos, I use the community settings to block words.
Mm.
So you could block words such as like your real name, you can block like your address there. Like you use all these tools to your advantage and you do the best possible. But having said that, like I said, there's always a risk because you are online, you're outside, and when you go out, people recognize you. Like I'm not saying that I always get recognized, but I do get recognized here and there, and then usually it's at the luxury stores, right? Because that's probably the only place they will ever really, I don't know, see me, I guess, or bump into me more often, since I'm probably there at launch day or around launch day, because that would be the time where everyone wants to go. So um you just do everything you can and just be careful. Otherwise it's really not for you. Like, and I'm not trying to deter you. I'm just basically telling you, it is what it is. I don't know. How do you do it, Kat?
Um, okay, from learning from mistakes, for sure. So like vlogging definitely teaches you a lot of things of being careful, um, and you just gotta be extra like aware of what you're putting on online, using things that are okay. One of the things that I feel a lot of people don't realize is when you do vlogging, I don't know if you're going to vlog, is don't do it at real time. So a lot of content is usually, it's not sort of not in line with where you are. So when we were vlogging or you're taking photos or stuff for your Instagram, people like to do it live, right? But if you're afraid of this kind of things and it's actually possible, people could be stalking, oh, it's not at home, you're actually out partying somewhere, and you're gonna give out that kind of information through your social media without knowing. So try not to do things in a way real time, when you are out. That's one. And then I guess if you do have a lot of luxury things, you need to keep your things secured. um Home security, locking things properly. If you're traveling, don't log when you're traveling, things like that. I think you just got to be very, very aware of this. And I agree with Amy. If it's too much of a pressure, then being on social media is definitely not for you. But if you want to have like your toes in the water, one way is to do it without your face. So I
Mm,
think that's quite common right now, where they just do body just to show and just have your voice, or even just your voice and just your hands. And that really, really hides your identity. Also, not putting your name out, like have a totally like star name for yourself.
yeah.
Yeah, and that also helps as well. So these are little things until you get really comfortable about it. There are definitely downsides to doing things like that, but it's of course better than having this fear of people finding your address and breaking into your place.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, great. So those are a couple of slides that I have. So now I'm gonna swap out of this because I think that's the last one where the questions are a little longer. So now I'm gonna go out and bring you back to us. Okay. Okay. I don't know if there are questions, but let me just use the banner first because we
Yeah,
got
I saw
more questions.
one from a new member, VV. Do you
Okay,
want
we'll
me to
come to
put
that.
that one in?
Oh, let's do that. Yeah, just in case I miss it,
Okay,
right?
so I saw this one from your new member, VV. First time in the live chat. Quick question. I wonder whether being an influencer, does it impact on your spending? Do you spend more for creating content? Just curious.
Great question. The answer is yes.
Yes.
For sure, for sure. I mean, we are very transparent about this. Content is content is hard. Okay, content is hard. Creating topics is difficult. The easiest, honestly, the easiest is an unboxing. And no matter what people say about you do too many unboxings, it's just shopping, shopping, shopping on your channel, but those are the videos that gets the highest view. So you don't want to watch it. Oh no, so you say you don't want to watch it, but you watch it anyway out of curiosity, and it just fuels the cycle. So it does impact your spending. There is some element to it. However, both of us are not made of money, so we can't be unboxing all the time. But there's definitely, I feel like for me, I've definitely done a few that are specific for YouTube. 100%.
I agree with Kat. Obviously, it was not really the intention. Like, we don't. we don't uh intentionally go buy something so that we
Yeah.
can make the content. It's not like that. It sort of just happens. Um, I think it's also because as we started our channel just showing stuff that we already own or that we are about to buy, right? So that's really just from our own spending, and that was not really to that's just the original how it worked out. But then as you do more content, as you're on the space longer, and as you hear so much and you learn so much from even subscribers and other influencers, you yourself you get curious and you want to try out the that new thing or that hot thing or that trendy thing that everyone's talking about, or that's the newest most, I don't know, popular. So you kind of indirectly become um like you indirectly end up buying more, and therefore
Mm.
it becomes content as well. So it's not really the original intention, but it does happen as a result. um I think with Kat and I, we try to balance, and I'm speaking on her behalf too, because I feel like we are very similar. Like at one point, we feel very overwhelmed, and we're so self-aware of how much how much damage we've done. Therefore, we do damage control. Therefore, the vlog sales, and I think it's not a good or bad thing. It is just what it is, you know? Like, I think if we didn't have the channel, it will be a bit less crazy, but it's still probably gonna be crazy. It's just that we will be doing it behind the scenes where we're not really showing it to the world. So you guys won't even know about, this person selling something. But I guess this is just a bit more public. And
Mhm.
our true subscribers will understand, but like to a third viewer who is just coming in and maybe has prejudice, maybe to them they're like, oh, they're just spending money just to make content. It's really not like that. It really isn't. Yeah.
Yeah, it has that. I mean, being an influencer, well, I can't even use the word influencer, just a normal person on YouTube, okay? That it does, as because I'm also not only creating content, I consume the content. I
Yes.
consume content from Amy, whoever, and I get influenced to buy. But then when I buy, because I am creating content, the cycle is naturally, I'll say, hey, I want to share it as well. But not everything that I buy is to create content. Like I feel there are some, like maybe not for luxury handbags and all, because that's very high price point. Because on my channel, I also do makeup and skincare. So there are some where I was like, okay, I'm gonna get that palette. I do like it. I think the most important thing is for me is I do have the initial liking towards it. I won't buy for the sake of just the content. It's like I kind of like it, but maybe I can buy and try it out on YouTube. So that has that second reasoning to it. So in that sense, it definitely hurts the pocket a little bit. But yeah, but one thing I think both of us do not do is that we buy and film and return.
Right.
We are not that type of influencer. And if there are so many types of influencers on this channel, and there is a place and a purpose for that type, where they buy to show, review, and return. There is, and there is consumers for that, because it gives you a chance to view it without you actually having to buy it and do all the hassles of return. So there are influencers that do that. There's nothing, I don't see anything wrong with that, but just for us, we don't do it because we don't want to get into the hassle of buying and returning, and it's just a lot of work and not really our jam.
No. So that was a good question. Thank you. And I do want to remind the audience that if you have a question for us, to type question marks in front, just like how Vivi did it. Because
Yeah.
I see another question, but I don't know if you want to pull more of the.
Okay, well, why don't we do the banners first? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Let's do the questions we got before first. Okay.
okay, so a forever fashion lover. It would be epic to see you and Kat vlog together in person. Any plans?
Oh my gosh, you have no idea. I would love to be able to spend more than just because I did spend a few hours, like maybe 3 hours
We had
with you,
dinner.
I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
when
we
I
had
came
dinner.
to visit you the first time in Singapore, I think it was 2018. Yes, 2018. And that was the first time I met you in person. And of course, I'm not really gonna vlog when I just met a person. It's sort of like you're just meeting that person, you're having dinner. My mom was there, so we're just chatting,
Mm.
really be in the moment, being present. But oh my gosh, if we ever meet up again, we are vlogging so much. We're gonna have so much
Like
fun.
we're not even looking at each other, we're just vlogging.
Well, that's what we kind of did with Clara, because like Clara, this is the second time I met up with her in person, and we made it a point to do at least a little bit of content, of fun content. And it's, you know what, it's such a nice change, especially given the fact that um I honestly haven't gone out. Like, I say
Mm.
that and it's so true. Like every time I go out to buy something, it's in and out. I park, I go in, I grab whatever I need, I pay for it, and I leave. Like, I don't really stay because, I mean, with the pandemic and COVID, I'm not in the mood to like always sanitize and worry about my mask and this and that. So
Mhm.
it was such a nice change to have her and to just have the company and do something different. And so if me and Kat can do that, oh my gosh, it would be so epic. So Kat, when are you coming?
So I have plans to travel next year. So fingers crossed with the whole new variant. I'll like, come on, okay. I have actually plans to go to the States next year. So we haven't like firmed it up. I've shared with Amy a little bit, but we haven't firmed it up. It's it we I think in the past, like maybe 3 or 4 years, I have been trying to get my family, or basically my parents, to travel a little bit more, because they're getting on with age, and as you get older and older, it's harder for them to travel, right? Whatever it is, it's just harder. So I'm trying to get those good years in for traveling with them. So because the family lives 3 different continents around the world, we did the last trip to the States in 2019. Was it? Yeah, 2019, towards the end of the year. And then the year before that, we went to the UK. So we're actually trying to go again next year. But with all the restrictions and all that, it's really hard to firm up the plans. We have an idea, we have dates, we have timing, but yeah, with the new variant, suddenly things are closing again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so well, definitely it will be epic. So those are some like initial high level plans, like trickling down.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you for your question. Okay, next one. Wally R17. When you get your offer for your quota bag from Hermes, when to ask for your next wish list bag?
I feel like that's more of a question for you. But I
Immediately.
have an idea. I have an idea because I think again it depends where you are. Me knowing that in Canada you're only able to get one bag per year, so it's basically when I get my first bag, I wait and I wait like maybe 10 months before I start talking about my next bag. That's how I would do it. Just knowing how
Mm.
it works here.
Oh, I actually do it immediately, but I don't ask. I sort of drop the hints. When I got my, I was like, okay, done one. Next one, I'll talk to you later. So it's sort of like already shared that I do want another bag. But I think for them, the essays, they already know you never stop at one anyway. So it's just that maybe when the exact conversation, the sit down conversation to say, okay, my wish list bag is this. I think that real conversation, the serious conversation, would happen when you have paid enough membership. AKA,
Unfortunately.
AKA you are done your pre-spending. Like, unfortunately, you have to, pay your quote unquote membership a little bit before you can say, okay, I like my next wish list bag. Of course, if you come from a place that they don't have this pre-spending, then I guess maybe it's to the relationship with your essay. But in most cases, I think after your one quota bag, you gotta do a little bit of work before you can say, okay, I'm ready for my next.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, school of crafts. When did you, Amy? Well, oh, sorry. Why did you, Amy, sell your micro bags?
Why? Do I really have to explain why? Because I went crazy and bought too many. No, no, no. In all seriousness, it just kind of happened. Like one thing led to another. It all started very innocently with just finding out from a member that, oh, you could use micro bags for traveling. Like, kind of like that idea, that seed got planted. And then I started thinking about all the ways I can use it, all the way I can style it, and oh my goodness, how cute is it and how practical it ends up to be, right? So it all started very innocently with that boy bag. And of course, without me really realizing that there are, I mean, I kind of knew but didn't know. Like you don't know for sure what Chanel's gonna do, right? The next season, didn't know that they were gonna relaunch the same top handle one that Kat got from the previous season, and that was ultimately the one that I wanted in the first place. So I had already bought two in 21B, but then that one that I really wanted came back, so of course I had to buy it. And then when my essay brings out a pink one, of course I have to buy it too. So now I have four, and then next thing you know, I have six. So it's like, okay, who needs six micro bags? Nobody. Okay. If you add them all up, it costs like two classic flat money. It's like a lot of money there. So therefore, it's sort of damage control. And like I said, it's not like bad or it's not good either. It just
Mm.
happened that way because it was that sequence. Had I been able to buy the original one I wanted, maybe I would have just stuck with that one and never had gotten all the other ones. So it's not saying that how do I explain it? It's sort of like, it's also Chanel too. Like you guys know how it works, right? Like if you don't get it, it'll be gone. It'll be done. Like can't get it anymore. So you sort of have to make a decision. Do you want to just get it and find out? And just deal with the consequences later. That's how I did it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I haven't
You
even
went
sold all of
crazy.
it. It hasn't all
How many?
sold. I
How many
only
do you
sold
have?
one so far.
How
They're
many do
still
you
on
have?
sale. Just visit
Oh.
my Instagram page. They're still there.
How many did you buy? I forgot. Six? Is it six?
Well, see, I'm counting the round clutch. That's a micro bag, right? So round clutch, I have two with the top handle. I have the jewel hook. I have the boy bag. Um, and I have another one
The
somewhere.
Coco.
Oh, there's the vanity. So like
Oh.
that's six micro bags right there. Who needs six micro bags?
Amy needs six micro bags. But yeah, so that's the
I
reason.
mean,
I totally,
honestly,
yeah, let
I
it
I
go.
wouldn't be mad if I kept all of them. I honestly wouldn't. They are all different. But I'm also spending so much elsewhere. I'm doing pre-spending on Hermes and I'm buying all sorts of things. So I'm sort of doing a bit of damage control, and it doesn't mean that any of the micro bags I'm selling are bad. It really doesn't mean that. It just means that I am deciding which one to keep and which one to let go so I can recuperate money. That's it. Simple as
Mm.
that.
Yeah. Okay. Just went crazy. Okay, from Joe, from Overjoyed. If you could swap your entire handbag collection for another YouTuber's, whose would it be? When I read this, I already know my answer. I'll let you go first.
I actually don't know because I love my collection. But okay, maybe if I had to choose someone, I really love Tamara's collection. I think she has a lot of fun bags, and she also has a lot of Hermes bags which I don't own. Like she has a lot of um it would either be her or Claire Chanel, because I also love her. I also love her Chanel and Hermes collection. Her Hermes collection is so wonderful. Like, she has the Kelly mini, which I really want. She has all sorts of Kelly sizes. She has all sorts of Birkin sizes. I think she has the Constance too, and she has the picotin. So it's really a well-rounded, all the favorite styles that I already like. And her Chanel collection is just, I mean, amazing, trendy. She has all the classic flaps, the vintage flaps. Um, she has micro bags, they're vintage.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think her collection would be wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, those are really good collections. I will swap my entire collection for Wen Stokes.
Oh, oh my God, hers is epic.
Hers is
Yeah.
epic. It's really electric. It's just
Yes.
very, it's different, and it's unique, it's colorful, it's fun,
Colorful,
it's
yeah.
quirky, it's yeah, it's one of a kind pieces. So definitely I'll take hers anytime. And she has a massive collection as well, so I don't mind.
Right.
Wen Stokes, if you're looking for a new YouTuber, she's awesome. Okay, blog Nika Don. Is there anything from the LV Christmas animation that you like? Is the LV Chanel Christmas packaging out yet? Hmm.
I did see the Chanel Christmas packaging just earlier on Instagram. I wonder if that's the current one.
I
Um,
haven't seen
I,
it.
I just saw it on Instagram just literally when I was eating my dinner. So maybe the Chanel one is out. As for LV, I'm so not kept up with LV, and I normally am not a fan of it's not that I dislike animation, but I don't go there. I
Grab
don't
my
try to buy
animation.
the limited editions. I don't get the animation stuff. I don't go there so that I don't have to spend that money. Because honestly, I already spend enough money everywhere else. I don't need to go there. And I don't fancy it. So yeah, I think that's a pretty straightforward answer for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't really eyed any of their animations. I was trying to look for the one that I got quite a few years ago, where it had humans on the mini pochette. So I think 7 8 years ago, a lot of the animations were of porters pushing luggages. It's actual people on the animation. And then after that, they created animations for animals. And somehow, I don't know, the animals just don't look right. They look a bit like, they don't look cute, and they don't, I don't know, something wrong. I don't know. Maybe when it's silk screen printed, it just doesn't look so good anymore. So I didn't like that. I prefer humans because they're kind of like like what's it, that Tintin? Is it Tintin? That comic? That
Oh, they did that?
No, I mean it looks like it. It's
Oh,
sort
it
of like
looks
that
like that. Okay.
kind of feeling of that kind of
Mhm.
Tintin comic. Nice, it's nice. And then after that they did Vivian. So I was never a fan of Vivian. However, she's starting to grow on me a little bit. However, it's just the animations are not something that I'm gravitating to at the moment. Won't say no to it. It's cute, but yeah, so far nothing has screamed out at me. The last was that animation that I got that was years and years and years ago, 5 6 7 years ago. Can't find it now. Don't know where is it. I don't think I think the packaging, I don't know if the packaging is out. I saw somebody share like a paper bag which had a big word called Louis there, but that's about it. I don't see like any kind of different color packaging. It's a bit late though, if it's not out yet.
Yeah, in Canada they're always delayed. So this is the one that I saw for the holiday packaging for Chanel. So I don't know if it's
Ooh.
really the current season, or if it's just for makeup, or if it's just because yeah, I don't know if you can
Mm.
see. So it's just gold and black. Actually, the camellia is very nice. It's black camellia, but one side of the flower has glitter on it. So it's not all glitter, it's just one side of the flower. And on the ribbon, it's also glitter, but then you see stars and moons. So it's kind of like a galaxy. It's quite nice. Goes very well on the white background of the Cambon um, box. So that's the one that I just saw. And it's not
Nice.
focusing there. Therefore, there.
It looks like makeup though.
Yeah, it could be. That's why I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure, but I did just see that. It's and the caption says preview made it just in time for holiday packaging. So gorgeous with the white boxes. So
Could
I don't
be.
know. Do you get the camellia with the makeup though?
Yeah, but we get a flat
Oh,
one, not the puffy one like the bags, but it's a camellia as well, but it's flat,
it's
like
flat.
it's flat, like a piece of cardboard.
Oh, okay. This one is not flat though. It
Oh, then
has
it
the
could be
structure of the camellias that we
camellia.
get from shopping. The
So it could be
it
that
could
could.
be.
Oh,
I'm not
black
so
one,
sure.
nice,
Yeah.
nice. All right, let's pull another one. Okay, Lynn TPL. Kat, do you have twillies on your Hermes bag? Do you keep it on the handle all the time? I used to. Then I read somewhere that it actually dries out the leather because if you keep the twilly there, it will because it's leather. Leather is
Needs to
organic.
breathe.
Yeah, it needs to
Skin.
breathe. So yeah, it's skin, so it needs to it even though you want to protect it from humidity, it still needs a little bit to keep it supple. So if you keep the twilly there for a long time, it will dry out. So I used to do that, and then somebody said don't do it. So now I try my best. It's so lazy. I'm so lazy sometimes. After I tie it, I'll leave it there for a while. But I know if I'm going to store the bag, I will remove the twilly and just leave it as such because yeah, like I said, it's not so good for the bag if you keep it there all the time.
Actually, does it mean I have to remove it from my Dior bag?
You should, you
Okay, I'm
should.
gonna remove it. It's been
But
there
but you
for a
don't
few
have but
months
you don't
now.
have an issue of humidity so bad. I think you don't have that. Your weather is not so erratic.
Yeah, the weather here is better, but maybe it's better to remove it just because I don't want one handle being lighter than the other handle.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Okay. Simply me and Lux. If you could keep only one bag, just one, what would it be? What's
Why
the
are
right?
always these questions? Only one.
Mine's so easy. Mine's my Birkin. Though I
Well,
have to say,
I wish I could say
no.
that. Can I just say that? If it's my Birkin, it would be
Are you
my
sure you
Birkin.
would say that? I thought you would pick something from. I thought you were gonna pick your Chanel gray.
Well, okay, I will have to pick a Chanel for sure now because I don't have the Birkin. Oh, but how do you choose between all the same babies? Like all your babies are like you have
Just
to
gotta
treat
pick
them
one.
equally.
Sorry, gonna be.
Oh gosh. If I only can keep one, I guess I will just have to go with classic flap, even though it's not the one that I wear the most, but it's a classic flap. I will just wear it the most. I'll have to.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Classic small flap in gray. That's the one that I
Yeah,
have.
I thought you would pick that. That sounds like the right one you
Mm.
would go for.
So
Okay,
predictable, right? Like
I'm so predictable as well. Birkin does it. Okay, the skinny kit OXX. You recommend basic pieces, gold stud chain necklace from luxury houses or local jewelers?
Ooh.
Oh, good question. Like, would you, if it's just a basic gold stud chain necklace, do you go for the luxury or do you go for the local? Mm.
Like chain necklace without like any signature pendant,
Yeah,
nothing
just
like that?
basic, like a round ball kind of thing. Yeah, just basic.
I guess local jewelry is fine then.
Yeah,
Like if it
yeah.
doesn't have a iconic design, I would say except for bangles, because I have to rave about this bangle. This is something like I know it's just I know it's just a thin bangle, but even the little Actually, I don't really care about the little stamping, like the little nail stamping. It's really just the substance and the feel of it, and just the shininess, and knowing that this gold and the wear and tear on this is so well. Like I would say this one I would still go with the Cartier, like the actual fashion house, or any fashion house you're after. Um yeah, it will depend on the piece. If it really is just that gold stud and that whatever chain, then okay, I can go with local jewelry.
Yeah, I'm thinking of just really basic pieces, like
Mm,
my earrings. I got so many of them. I can't be buying them all from Cartier. Like,
right.
no way. So if it's just a ball stud, local jeweler anytime. And
Yeah.
if it's just a plain chain necklace that I need for a beautiful pendant, then I'll just go for a local jeweler. But if the chain is if I wanted something special with the chain, like say like the VCA chain apparently is the one that everybody loves, you can't get that from a local jeweler. There's a kind of like the shine, the finish. If you're looking for that, then obviously go with the Lux House, because you are paying that premium price for that subtle but very delicate difference. But if you're not bothered, local jeweler, save your 10 times less. Thank you. Okay, Kimyo92. Do you fear being robbed? Do you invest in security and alarm system? The answer is yes and yes.
Oh gosh. Well, we did have a whole luxury live show for members where
Actually,
we talked about this subject. And
that's pretty nice.
everyone's way, as we also learned from that live show, everyone's way of protecting themselves is different. Um you know, you, you just have to do your best, right? Like, fear of getting robbed. I mean, if you were really targeted, I'm sure no matter how careful you are, that if you were really targeted and the thieves were really good, your chances are pretty bad. But I will say, do everything you know that you can to protect yourself. And um, if it's meant to happen, what choice do you have, right? So I don't know if I will let the fear like consume me. I wouldn't, but at the same time I am careful.
Mm,
And yeah, very important to invest in either security, alarms, insurance, all that jazz,
yeah.
right?
I'll link that live. Yeah, we talked about it right after Tamara's
Right.
incident. So that incident is something that I answered earlier about. Don't vlog real time. Don't share things real time. If you're out at a outside somewhere and you're like, oh, where am I? Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, but she was targeted. It was not live
Yeah, that's
when.
true. So they
Yeah.
blamed, yeah, they said that she was actually out. But yeah, that was one thing that she said also, that she was actually at home. Oh no, was she at home?
No, she was in the city. They were just out and came
She was
back
just
to that mess.
targeted.
Yeah.
She's targeted.
So that event that she posted on her stories or whatever was already past. It was not on
Hmm.
that day or something like that. I don't know. It just that it was not really like live. It was just a regular evening where she came home to the robbery. So someone must have been watching her every move and knowing where she lived and all that stuff, which is unfortunate. Honestly, is like, she's very recognizable, right? I would say she's quite a big influencer, and
Hmm.
um, I mean,
And her brand is luxury. She is
yeah,
luxury.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's hard.
I honestly feel bad that she had to go through that, and honestly, no one deserves that. And whoever did it, honestly, shame on them. But what, like, that's the thing. Like, they really did target her, right? So,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. Fear of being robbed. No, but like, you can be a target anytime. Like like in if you could be walking down the street at Snatch TV, we don't have to even be carrying a luxury bag. Uh,
Yeah.
just have to be
Yeah.
careful, I guess. Yeah, super, 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 and now ever more so. Okay, VV star underscore one. Should I sell my medium large classic flat black gold hardware and get the 19? I don't use it much and go for minimal.
Oh my God, I hate to answer
God.
these questions, and I will tell you why, because I don't want to be the one responsible for you to miss the classic flop later, no matter how much less you use it. I think the danger about this question in particular is that we're talking about a classic flop. If you're talking about a Coco Handle or something else, I'd be like, okay, you could try it
Yeah.
out. But with a classic flap, the danger is that, well, not it's not a real danger, but the challenge is that we all know how classic flaps has skyrocketed, and so if you ever sell it, if I ever sell it, I would never buy it back, right? Like, I'll never buy back a jumbo, right? It's one of those things you have to be so sure. But you shouldn't have to be so in a hurry to sell it either, because
Mhm.
your medium classic flap, if you really wanted to sell it after you get the Chanel 19 and figured out that, okay, you do prefer the 19, you will let the medium large go, you can sell it then. There's really
Yeah.
no hurry. I feel like medium large, so classic, kind of the overall everyone's size. So yeah, that's what I would do.
Mm. I totally would do what Amy just said. Because lesson learned is don't sell, and I think all of us want to be like financially responsible. So it's sort of get the funds first and then buy your thing.
Yeah.
Now the issue with Chanel is a lot of the things are very expensive now to buy back. So if you can, you better just save to buy the new item. And because you have a classic piece, you can easily resell that to sort of recoup that savings that you had. Don't do this too often. Not
Yes.
encouraging you to do it too often, but it's because you're talking about Chanel right now, where it's the prices have been so crazy that this kind of decision your selling decision shouldn't be taken very lightly. Uh, yeah, and if you want to get the 19, it's still compared to the classic flat. It's still uh afford I don't use the word affordable. It's still in reach, right? You just gotta save. But where with the medium classic flat now, it's so high that letting
Yeah.
it go and you regret it later, it's yeah. Like if you let it go and then you get the Chanel 19 and you find out the Chanel 19 doesn't work out for you, you got to sell that and now you're out with two bags. Yeah, it's tricky for this one.
Tricky, yeah.
Mm,
But you really don't need to hurry. Medium, large, classic, sell
yeah,
it anytime. Yeah.
anytime at all. Okay, fluffed up. Would love to see your bag and shoe storage system. It's
Ooh.
nothing to see, girl.
Do we
It's
have a
just chuck.
system though? What
I
system?
literally just chuck my bags there. I'm not one of those YouTubers where the display is like, oh, pigeonholes and all. No, I'm sorry. No, I don't. I don't. Because humidity is an issue here, Singapore, Malaysia. It's so bad that I actually just keep my bags in boxes. I wrap them up, put humidifier packs, tidy, make sure they're taken care of. I put a thermometer, not a thermometer, the one that you measure
Yeah,
humidity.
right, yeah.
I have that and I check that. I'm like, okay, 50%, it's all right. Oh no, it's 60%. Turn on the aircon, open the boxes, things like that. So it's nothing, it's not sexy at all. It is actually really, really ghetto.
Well, I don't have to do that, luckily. So fortunately, I don't have to do that. But I don't really have a system. I do have like for my bags, speaking for my bags, I do have mostly small mini bags. So I have two shelves on my Billy shelf, and all my Chanel bags are there. And then my never full, they're just, they're just stacked underneath some, well, it's not stack. It's not stacked. It's just on the bottom shelf of where I put my clothes. So it's not touching the never full. It's just on the bottom shelf. So all the clothes are on top of it. And
Mm.
that's it. Like it really is not that. It's not rocket science. I only have two shelves, and that's it. And with my shoes, they are kind of everywhere. Because we have four different seasons. Like there are just some shoes I would not wear in the winter. So I just
Mm.
put them away and I just take out the more wintry shoes. So like right now I have my Chanel boots that is out on display so I can always wear them. My sneakers, I only take them out when it's not raining. Designer sneakers. So it's really just sort of, they're kind of everywhere. Yeah.
Same as mine. Like, oh, everywhere, just everywhere. Shoes. I think for shoes is a little harder because
Yeah.
you take out the shoes that you want to use. Every else, just put them somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, not. I I think if you want to see a bag and shoe storage, you should be looking at people like Chase Amy, where it's all
Yeah.
like
Or Karis, or
or
even,
Karis and all. Yeah, they'll give you some inspiration. We will
yeah.
give you. We'll give you. We'll give you nightmares. Like, "Ugh, look at your bags."
Yeah. There's no order here. Everything you see behind me is like the nicest wall in the whole house, okay? So there's nothing else to see.
The real people like like whatever.
Yeah.
Just stack them. So, is there a space there?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's all. Wait. Let me just double check. Oh no, that two was one more from Stella. This is for you,
Ah,
Amy.
okay.
I saw you. Oh, sorry, wrong spelling. I saw you try on some Birkins and Kellys in your latest vlog. Did this change your thoughts on what you prefer?
Mm, that is a great question. I did try on both a Kelly 28 Cellier and a Birkin 30 and a Birkin 40. Actually, the Birkin 40 was so cool because the
Was
leather
it
was
heavy?
so beautiful. It was like old Clemence and very shiny,
Mm,
and surprisingly, it's lighter than it looks. So I actually really
oh,
like the 40, even though I will never buy it because I'll never carry that size. It's really a travel size bag for me. Between those two, even though I did try them on, I did not really open and like, kind of like really try them on, because at the end of the day, I was only allowed like a preview because they literally just got those in. They haven't even listed them. But I know they were. I think
mm.
the Kelly sold very quickly once they put it on their Instagram because it was literally
Wow.
brand new. It was brand new. Um, I don't think I changed my mind per se. I think they are still, I just felt like they were still too big for me. I honestly feel. I don't know why everyone loved it on me. So thank you so much for watching my vlog and saying the nice things that you said. But I personally still felt like they were too big, or maybe the color was not right.
Mm,
Um, yeah, I'm still into my mini bags. I really am. Now, style wise, I'm still open to both. I know that it's an eventuality that I will pursue. So I'm pursuing the Birkin right now. I know it's an eventuality I will pursue a Kelly. Um, I honestly really like the Kelly Mini, but I know it's very hard. So if I had to go as a compromise, I will go for 25. I think I will just go for 25 because 28 is quite big. It's very briefcase feel for me. Like I doesn't I'm not saying that it looks like a briefcase, but it feels very it's too roomy for me. I don't need that much room. Um
mm.
yeah, it didn't really change my mind. I already had my mindset, and I think I'm still right about what I thought and anticipating liking. If that makes sense. Does that make sense?
That
What
makes
did you
sense.
think when you saw me carry those bags? Cat.
I think I like the 28 on you. Actually, when I saw the
Okay.
28, you tried it, I was like, "Oh, it's not too bad, huh? The size." But I can imagine that you would have felt that's too large. I think 25 would be a good size for you in terms of actual functionality. But I like the 28. The 28 actually looked like a good bag. sort of like how people would say the Birkin 30 is a good size bag.
Right.
But if you but when you use it, like like when I see myself carry the Birkin 30, I actually think it looks good. Like looks good. But when I in terms of actual using it, it's a lot of space.
Yes.
And when it's a lot of space, I tend to want to put more things inside and it gets heavy. So pictures aside, I'd still feel I prefer the size for a Birkin 25. I
Yeah.
will not use my bag for work and all because it gets heavy and all. So yeah, pictures are different from actual person using it.
I think you described exactly what I feel because it always looks great on from the outside, and knowing how much like especially the Birkin 30, it's even more width, right? It's thicker than the Kelly. So, if I carry the same things, which I normally would, no matter the size of the bag, it literally would be like flowing on
Rolling
the
around.
bottom. A
Yeah.
few things, like it's just silly for me to carry that big of a bag. Like for me, it's not useful. So, sure, it might look good still as a size on me because it is still not that big of a bag, but I just don't need that space. And
Mm.
very funny, when I was carrying both, I was like, oh my God, the Kelly was so heavy. They were both in
Mm.
Epsom leather, but the Kelly 28 felt so heavy. I had
That's
no
interesting.
idea why. I didn't understand why. Maybe because it's Cellier, but I was like, whoa, Kelly. I don't know. Maybe the handle is more substantial. I know something about the Kelly was heavier. It's
That's
very strange.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. Huh. But they were both Cellier?
Yeah. Oh, no, no, no. The Kelly was Cellier, Epsom. Oh, sorry, I said Cellier. They were both Epsom. They were both Epsom leather. But the Birkin 30 was retourné with Epsom. So still very structured, but with the edges turned inside out. And with the Kelly, it was also Epsom, but the edges were sealed on the outside, right? So the bag
Mm.
would otherwise be bigger than the retournés in the same size. And it felt heavier somehow. I don't know why. It just maybe it's the same, but I just felt like, oh, I thought it was a smaller bag, but it
Interesting.
just felt just as heavy. You know what I mean? Because 28 versus 30.
Hmm. Interesting. Too bad you don't have a weighing machine to try out.
No, and I didn't really know with how old the red Birkin was. I felt like maybe someone bought it and never used it and then sold it.
Oh.
Yeah, because it definitely looked very new, but I don't know if it was new fresh from the store, whereas the
Mm.
Kelly definitely looked fresh from the store. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Now let's get into the questions. I think this is a question. I just saw it. I was reading it. Emma
Mhm.
Love. Don't know if I should sell my Coco handle in small, medium. Hate the handle and I don't like to hand carry, but it's caviar and chevron. Hard to get. What should I do? Amy, do you like your Coco?
Okay, I feel like because you used the word hate, I would sell it.
Mm,
I feel like anytime I hate something, I'd be like, it's really not for me, and you'll never reach for it. You will reach for it out of feeling
guilt.
guilty that it's not being used and that
Yeah.
you're just trying to rotate your bags, but you're not reaching for it because you want to reach for it. So I feel like the way you described your question with the use of hate, I would just sell it. I would let it go. I know it's caviar, I know it's chevron, hard to get, but so is everything else. Um, get something that you will use more and love more. Love more,
Mm-hmm.
especially use more. I think sometimes it's sort of tricky because there are things that you love more you don't use as much. So it could either be either way, right? Something that you either use more or love more. I would just sell it. Yeah.
Yeah. Agree. Totally agree. Just let it go. Be vicious. Chop it. Chop it. Chop it. Chop it. Chop it. Chop it.
But you
All
could
right.
also do what we said earlier, get that something else first, then sell it later. Because the Coco
Mm,
handle, even though it's not considered a classic flap, it will still always go up in price. It's still a good bag. I mean, the medium size is not as in demand at the moment, but it's, there's always a market for it. And so you could get something else that you like more first and then just let it go. So you could do
Yeah.
that too. So whichever order, it's up to you, but um yeah, I would just let it go.
Then decide on what you want to get with the money before and
Yeah.
after, before or after. Okay, so this is another one. Kat, are you still loving your ketupat bag, which is the BV, the Bottega bag, and the Prada Crystal? My next wish list. Yes, I love those two bags. I don't. You see me using them so much because again, I'm not going out, and also I think I'm not actually really active on Instagram. Like it's yeah, it's a good question to ask me. Do I love it? So when I use it, I just literally grab the bag, use the bag for a couple of hours, and then put it back. So I do love it. Um, yeah, yeah, I do. I do. I love my crystal bag as well. Maybe I just need to be on Instagram a little bit more.
No, I know what you mean because I don't always take photographs when I'm out with my bags, but I'm still using my bags. I do try to make an effort to take
Yeah,
pictures, but I don't always feel like it, And if I need to take a picture, I always have to ask my husband, and he's like, "I have to take
yeah, yeah,
pictures
yeah.
again." It's like I choose my moments.
Yeah. Yesterday, I asked my husband to take a photo for me, and he's like, the
I
face is
know.
so black that I'm like, just give me back my phone.
I know.
Okay, Lintran. Amy, now that you have your dream Picotan, how do you feel about the Chanel bucket bag? Do you
Hmm.
think you're gonna sell it sometime soon? People eyeing your bucket bag, huh?
I know because it's a good bucket bag. No, I'm not selling it, babe. Um, I was someone asked us this question. Was it you actually, Lynn? I don't know. Someone asked us this question in the members live, and I did say that no, they're both amazing bucket bags. The the Hermes Picotin is very streamlined, very clean and simple. And if you don't know the brand, you honestly just think that it's just a leather bag. So I love that about it. And there's
Mm.
just something so good about the touch. It just makes it stand out more than the other regular ones. Even though if I was offered the regular one, I would still be happy. But it's just, I'm so much more glad that I got offered something that I didn't ask for. Like the touch is so unique and makes the bag. However, the Chanel is also a great bucket bag because with Hermes, I don't know everything yet, but like I have been told that be careful, don't get it wet, da 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 da. So I'm more nervous about wearing the Hermes when the weather's not good, whereas I'm not nervous
Mm.
about that with the Chanel. Caviar, the hardware on the Chanel has always been so good for me in Vancouver weather. Even if it rains, I'm still gonna wear the caviar, and it's fine because it dries up. I can pat it down
Mm.
if it was really, really like pouring. So both bags serve a purpose. And plus, Chanel, Chanel, right? It has that bling factor. It has the chain. It has the CC logo. Like, I love the quilting on it. So I'm it's a different look. I love the simple, elegant look, but I also love the Chanel look. So yeah,
Yeah, that's the
they're
Chanel
not going
look.
anywhere.
Sorry, too bad. Don't send you
Yeah.
back. Like
Sorry.
I have to pull this comment out from Eileen. I just want to call it out to Kat and Amy for creating this luxury live show. I can say anything luxury without being judged. Feel carefree speaking to all, even what I wish for. Thanks, all Luxee friends here. Thank
Yes.
you. Yes.
Yes.
This is
Yeah.
our
So
year one and
true.
how many? 1.5 years we've been doing this. And it's awesome because I'm trying to scroll through all your chatter. I'm like, people are talking about wish lists among each other. They don't care about us. Just kidding, just kidding. But yeah, it's great. We love it. So if you enjoy our luxury live show, don't forget to leave us a like. Join my channel, join Amy's channel because we do this alternatively, right? and support it by being a member as well if you want to be a member, because we have member only content. Oh, and actually should plug my 20K
Yeah.
giveaway. Yeah, I forgot about that. I'm so busy. So my 20K giveaway, I have 3 giveaways, and one of it is specially for the members. I'm doing it for the members because you got you yeah, you guys, the support is just amazing. So yeah, thank you, Eileen, for saying that. We appreciate it. All right. Joe Overjoyed. Have you girls been recruited by strangers or acquaintances to be reseller or resell your bags? I have been approached and it's totally
Ooh.
bizarre. How bizarre? How bizarre? Um, no, I haven't been recruited to resell bags. I have been asked to help people sell their bags, to
Mm.
post it on my platform, and I've done it a couple of times. Yeah, I think yeah, actually twice. And just out of favor, I'll do it, but not as a business. No.
Right. I was trying to reread this question. Same thing with Kat. I have, here and there been sort of asked, "Oh, can you help me out?" Blah blah. But that's the thing, you can't help out every stranger, right? Like, and I know that it's not stranger, but you guys are still subbies and everything. But I still don't know you, right? So I have helped out like real close friends. I have, but aside from that, I was trying to reread that question because it's funny because as I was posting the stuff that I'm still selling on the Facebook platform, I was approached by someone who was asking me if I would let them resell it for me. So it's sort of different from what you're asking. So they're not making me a reseller, but they are trying to help me resell my bag. So I have been approached. Um Bizarre, maybe it's sort of like unexpected. I guess maybe it's really a market out there right now, right? The reselling market. And I honestly think it's lucrative. It's really, if you have that audience and you just, yeah, I feel like that reseller that reached out, uh they were saying, "Oh, I can help you out. Just post your pictures, blah, 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 and then we'll just take a commission when we sell it." So, like, in a way, it's very lucrative. And the work is easy in a way. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just
Hmm.
taking advantage of the audience, right?
Yeah.
But whether it's successful, like the sale, whether it's successful or not, that's another story. But I'm just saying that it's so common now, I feel. Yeah.
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 They take a cut from you and they take a cut from the margin that, yeah, it's awesome. You just need to have capital. I think you just need to have that crowd and the capital, and then you must make sure that you're efficient, things like that. And once you get that engine rolling, it's pretty much a money making scheme.
Well, see, that's something I never really understood how to do because I do occasionally use someone that is local here that has their own consignment business. So I do occasionally use them, but I never really understood how they created that that clientele. Like, where did it start from? Because like me and Kat, we create content, yes, and we have an audience, but it's not really the same thing. Because this audience, they're just they're mostly consuming the content. They're not really there to buy our stuff. I mean, yes, occasionally you guys will buy our stuff, but it's really not the main goal. And I really honestly, if with the size of audience that we have, I would say if we really were resellers, it should be really easy to resell, but it wasn't easy. It's never really been easy. It's sort of just whoever happens to want that thing, then we might have sold to that person. But it's a totally different audience from what they have. They have literally people that are just always looking to buy stuff, right? It's
True.
so different. Yeah. I don't know if
Start
you
on
ever
the
felt that way.
Yeah, totally no. And also I think the starting point as well, and is that we are not here to resell, but it can transform. Say I don't know, you could easily transform it if you wanted to, but then you would lose the current crowd
Right.
and you would gain a new crowd. So that's the kind of um transition we would have to do if we wanted that kind of thing to be a reseller. But no, sorry, too much work. I had to quit my job.
But it's not really what we're doing though. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
thing.
yeah. Okay, Joe overjoyed. No one wants
Ah,
Jamie Chua's collection. Oh yeah, actually totally forgot about her. Totally forgotten. Like, oh yeah, she is an
true.
influencer as well. That's true. Yeah, we totally will take her collection.
I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, I would love. I mean, not just her bag collection. I would love her wardrobe. I mean,
Oh
have you
my
seen
god.
her clothes? It's like she is well dressed, always, always well dressed, and uh, even even if I don't have her bags, I just want her closet. Like, can I just have all the shelves and all the mirrors, like all that? Can I just have that so I can put my things in it and feel so much more open? Like my things are so everywhere, right? It's like so cluttered, you know?
Her shelves is like, but you gotta collect for years to fill up her shelf. Like
Yeah. But
I
I
don't
don't
think I'll
want to
fill
fill them up. That's the point. I want to have the space, that open.
Mm,
It feels like
mm.
if I had her closet and I put my stuff in there, I would be a minimalist, you know? Because I'm not even filling up the space.
Oh, she'd be like, "Is that all you have?" Like, yeah. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. One bag, and then 1 meter later, another bag. 1 meter later, another bag. You know what? It's like a museum.
Oh, that's true. I totally forgot about her. Oh. Okay, Chris is here. If you like a bag someone owns and the other party likes yours too and would like to swap with you, okay, which bag
Oh,
will you swap?
interesting. Never thought of that.
So, which one would I let somebody else swap out for a bag that I really like? Really, really like. So, okay, let me think of a bag that I really like first. Oh, it has to be a really good bag.
These
uh,
questions are so hard because you're choosing one item. I don't know.
I think yeah, I don't know. I think I have detachment fear.
Yeah.
I have, you know, I think Amy, you mentioned this before. You said something like you only trust yourself with your own things, and I feel the same. So, though there could be a swap possibility, but my inner detached detachment fear would stop me from even swapping. I'll be like, uh.
Yeah. And like what kind of swap? Is it like a permanent swap or is it just like, oh, swapping it for the night? Because
Yeah, like
even
tonight,
then, I'm like,
tomorrow
I gotta
morning,
know
5
that
o'clock in the
person
morning.
really well because I gotta know that that person takes care of things just as well as I do. Otherwise, no, I'd rather just use my own bag. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I was like, it's nice to have. Yeah, no.
Mm. But okay, let's just say hypothetically you're just swapping for the style's sake, right? Not
Yeah.
you're not worried about how they're using it. Um,
Assume they're perfect. Yeah, so okay.
I just want to swap with someone's mini Kelly. Like honestly, I just want to
Mm.
swap with someone's black mini Kelly. I really want to just have that bag or
So
use
which
it
bag
for
would
a
you give up?
while.
Which
What
bag
would
would
I
you give
swap
up?
though? I don't know. Just pick something. Just pick something. It's fine.
Yeah. What would I want? I think I would, yeah, I want that Kelly bag because I don't have it, right? So I like to use it for a day to see if I like it. Yeah. What will I give out? I've only got something. I only got a Birkin to share. So okay lah. Take it. I have your Kelly.
Oh, so you want who's Kelly? Because I lost you for a second.
Oh, I'll take like somebody's Kelly 25, Celia, anyone's,
Okay.
and then I'll borrow my Birkin to you. Has to be at par, right? I can't like give them my ketupat bag unless they really want it. Unless they really
Mm.
want it, no problem. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Yeah, but I have detachment fear, so it's hard.
It's so interesting because aesthetic. You can move to the next question, but
Yeah.
aesthetically speaking, I do like the Kelly a lot, of course. But I don't know. I find like the Birkin 25 more special.
Mm.
I think it's it's so usual. I feel like it's more usual. It's more unusual to see the Birkin 25 versus the Kelly 25. I don't know why I feel that way.
Is it the top
But
handle?
yeah, and the fact that the Birkin is supposed to be sort of like a tote, but because it's so small, it looks so cute. So I find it more
Mm.
unusual, and so I find it more appealing in a way. I mean, I might be wrong. Who knows, right? Once I start using one, and who knows in the long term. But just as of right now, me just picturing the two, I just always have that soft spot for the Birkin 25. Not to say
Mm.
that I won't get the Kelly, but it's just, which is why I went with Birkin first, because I always thought like, oh, the Birkin 25 is so cute, like it's so adorable and just
It's like
something
stunted.
different.
It's
Yeah.
like stunted.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a cute bag. Okay, Gal, what do you guys think of smooth calf skin?
Mm.
Love
Very
it.
scratch prone.
Yeah. That too. That too. It would depend on what kind of bag I would want to get. Well, I had my Celine box bag. That was smooth calf skin. Yeah, very scratch prone. Have to be careful with it, but looks so good. Looks so
Mm.
sleek and just really uh kind of sophisticated because it's that shine and that smoothness. So from a look perspective, it just looks really nice. But from a functional care perspective, oh my gosh, it's kind of scary, a bit more of a hassle.
Mm. Actually, I have to agree with you. I feel like I'm more and more and more appreciative, and also not just appreciative. I actually like lambskin now.
Mm,
Of course, I still love caviar, but there's something about lambskin that I'm just like, oh, it just looks so good. And of course, you're
good.
gonna always get the scratches, but um, it really isn't as bad as you think. Because once you get one, you buff it out, and it might still sort of show, but not really. Sort of, the patina will overall in the long term sort of even out. So I feel like with smooth calfskin is sort of similar. You get
Yeah.
that smoothness, that luxurious shininess. So, but do I own anything that is smooth calfskin? I don't think so. Don't think so. Don't. I don't.
Oh, you don't, huh? Yeah.
No.
I do. I have my Celine mini luggage. They have a bit of trimming on smooth. Um, my box bag. I have quite a few actually. I kind of like it. Just deal with the scratches, whatever.
Hmm.
Okay, next from Luan Nguyen. Amy, do you remember how much the Birkin 30 is?
Oh, I just look on Purse Forum. There's this Purse Forum page where they have all the prices. And it's just it depends on how people update it. Like common people like you and me, they just update
Mm,
it with their own currency. So I don't remember because I never really had the intention of buying a Birkin 30, but I think I'm making things up now. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look, and then you can move on to the next question.
all right, I'll read this from MK. I'm still not convinced Amy is a Birkin girl. Any Kelly would suit her much better. That's because you want a Kelly, MK. You're a Kelly person. Are you? Yeah, I think you are.
Uh, I will get a Kelly, yes. I know it's not this year for sure. There's no way. Uh, I mean, I gotta get the Birkin first. But I'm sure I'll like both. We'll find out. Ask me again in a year. Okay, let's see. I have prices. So Birkin 25, Birkin 30. What currency do you want to know though? Okay, let me see.
To Canadian, I think. Pretty
Okay,
cool.
Canadian. Do I see Canadian in here though? Because there might not be any Canadian posting. I
Okay.
don't see
Well,
any Canadian posting the Birkin 30 price, but in USD, in Clemence, it's 11,000. And Epsom Solier is 12,300 USD. In
mm,
Epsom Euro is 7,800 Euro. And actually in Singapore, Togo is 15,700.
for Birkin 30.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do I see
that's a lot.
anything? It says Togo for Euro is 7,900. Oh, okay. So Togo is 7,900. Epsom is 7,800. So Togo is 100 euro more.
Mm. This is all on the Purse forum,
Yeah, it's just you just type purse forum Hermes price, something like that,
and
and
then
then
it'll
you'll
come up.
find you just go to the last page because that's where the most updated prices are. And these are updated by people, like regular people. So if someone bought
Mm.
something and they just put the date, they put what they bought, and then the price in their currency. Keep in mind that depending on which country the currency is, some are exclusive or inclusive of the taxes, right? So if you see a Canadian or US dollar price, those are plus tax. Whereas if you see Hong Kong, Euro, or Singapore, those are already inclusive of the taxes. So it's sort of, I mean, it's almost the same, but definitely still cheaper in Europe, of course.
Okay. Good. All right. Let me read. This is not a question, but this is a comment, I guess, when we were talking about being a reseller. So 408
Oh,
California 408 puts an item up for sale and it's sold in a flash. So her audience are there to buy her bags. Okay, and then continue. She has a great collection. I love watching her unboxings before she left YouTube. Who is this again? I forgot.
Oh, you forgot? She's well, I don't know how to describe her. She always does her videos in her office and there's like picture frames behind her. She buys quite a bit, but she also offloads quite a bit. You don't remember her? I'm gonna try to find her picture
Yeah, I
to
cannot
see if she's
remember right now.
I
But
don't know.
it
Is she
sounds
still on
familiar.
Instagram? I think so.
Oh, I didn't know she left YouTube then. If I mean, why would people
Yeah,
leave
I don't
YouTube?
know what happened. I know you know her. You know her. Oh my gosh, it's not focusing. Come on, focus. It's not focusing.
I don't see anything.
There, do you see her face?
Okay. I know who already. Yeah. I
Yeah,
recognize her now. Yeah. Oh, yeah. She left.
yeah.
She posted something about having to leave. Was it trolls that got her away? I can't remember why. Why did she leave?
She
Like
never
something
I
to
don't
do.
think she ever gave a reason.
Oh.
I don't think she ever gave. But to sort of uh to sort of give my feedback on your comment for the love of bags, I do feel that perhaps I feel that that really helps. Perhaps because she's in the USA. I feel
Mm.
um like both Kat and I are like the viewers. There's a big portion that is majority USA, and I feel like being in the USA is so much. You have like if I were to buy someone's bag, I would rather buy someone who's more local, or it's easier. Not rather, like it's easier to buy from someone who's already in the USA, right? Whereas if you like me in Canada, like Canadians the market here for luxury is so small. Like it really is
Mm.
so small compared to the USA or even Asia. Like it's so small. And then I think within Asia there's the competition because in Asia there's all kinds of resellers and there's all
Yeah.
kinds of consignments. So like I think for us to resell ourselves, it's a little bit more challenging. I feel like if I lived in the US, it would be so much easier for me to resell. If I
Yeah,
already have an audience and I'm actively making content, and if you know what I mean, like I feel like that may be the reason.
totally agree. Like if
I think
you
so, yeah.
Singapore, yeah, it's good. It's good to get people to buy here, but yeah, the competition is tremendous if you want to be a reseller, and keep that as your business. Um, yeah, so don't know. I think the States would be much easier. I think there is
Yeah.
it's more acceptable. It's faster. Shipping is fast. You know, you don't have to handle like customs, which I'm going through right now.
And there's a ton of people in the USA. We only have a
Yeah,
fraction of the population of the USA. And really, honestly, people
330
here are
million
not
people in the
into
States.
luxury. Huh?
330 million people in USA.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We have a tenth of that. We have a tenth of that. And on top of that, we're really not into luxury. Like Canadians are not so into luxury. Um, the main ones are in the biggest cities. So it's really not that. It's not that. Yeah, even our luxury stores, we only have you can count with your fingers. We have
Mm.
six. Do we even have six? Vancouver, Montreal, Calgary. Yeah, so we have three stores in these three big cities, and then Toronto has three stores. Toronto itself has three stores.
Oh,
So
that's
honestly,
where
we
all
have
the
six Chanel stores in all of Canada, but three of them are in one province. It's really not that big here. It's so small compared to the rest of the world. Oh, to the US, to our neighbor. Yeah.
all right. Okay. Eng Li Tan, if you could choose one bag, would you pick a Coco Handle or Lady Dior?
Oh
Oh,
gosh.
okay. I know.
I don't know. I would pick Coco Handle. I think.
Mm,
I think.
mm.
It's a hard
I,
question. I did that
yeah.
video myself too. Coco Handle versus Lady Dior.
Yeah, I think I would go with the Lady Dior.
Mm,
For me, I'm not a Coco Handle girl.
mm,
It doesn't, it's cute. I think it's cute, it's ladylike, but I don't know, it doesn't attract me as much. If I had to compare the two in terms of look and what I feel towards it, I think I'll still go with the Lady Dior. It's not that I don't like the Coco Handle, it's not me.
yeah, I understand. However, you'd be picking a bag that your husband doesn't like.
Yeah, my husband doesn't like the Lady Dior. Every time he looks at it, he's like, yeah, Amma, 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 Amma. My gosh, so bad. Okay, Jade N. For the Chanel 19, do you recommend a bag insert? Is there
Mm.
one that doesn't add too much weight and bulk?
Mm. Oh, totally. I 100% recommend one because even if you don't use it while you're carrying the bag, use it when you're storing the bag. Honestly, storage of bags is such an important part of owning luxury bags because if you don't store your bags right, doesn't matter how well you use it, when you care it doesn't matter how baby you how much you baby your bags while you're using your bag. If you don't store it well, it's just gonna be as bad. So I just use this Samorga organizer in the regular felt, the standard felt, which is 2 millimeter thickness, because that one has just enough structure to really push out all the corners when it's in storage. But while I actually carry the bag, I often don't use the organizer because like the weight issue that you're concerned about, no organizer, no weight issue, no added weight, and on top of that you get more space, right? So that's my recommendation. Yeah,
I
I would
think you
just go
should
with
lah.
that.
Because it's
Yeah.
soft, right? Yeah, just use the
Hmm.
yeah.
When you're using the bag, it doesn't matter that you don't have an organizer. It really doesn't. You're a little bit of using the bag, that day, it's really not going to make that big of a difference. Um, well, unless you use it every day, then maybe you can use it with the organizer, you know. But I don't really use my bag every day. I do use it, but the time I hang out with Clara, I brought it out. I didn't have my organizer that day, but once I came home, I put it back in because storing
Hmm.
that bag properly is so important. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a few people carry the 19 here, and I can tell that they don't have an organizer because it's a soft it's a soft squishy bag, and if you don't, it's not I don't want to say like it's not good, but you can tell if the bag is slowly losing its shape a bit because it doesn't have the structure. It's supposed to look like that. It's just that it looks worn. It will look worn faster than I would personally like. I I would want it to look worn eventually because I've used it for long enough. But I think that bag it needs a bit of support because it doesn't have a lot of like piping to keep. Not like the jumbo, right? Because it's hard base. You can wear it and it still look the same. But that bag is so soft. The corners are soft. Everything is soft. And as you squish it, it's gonna be squished. So I think you should totally get it. It's totally invest in a bag organizer.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a couple more pulling. Jade, and this is the thing. This is reiterating. What happened to California?
Mm.
California for it. Why has she stopped posting on YouTube? Yeah, she did. I saw her IG. Ooh, I think this was even pre-pandemic. Yeah, I think it was pre-pandemic. And she said that she does not want to post anymore on YouTube. And I always thought it was trolls. I always thought it was, but maybe there's some other reason.
Mm. I have no idea what happened. But of course, trolls and all the negativity doesn't help it. Everyone gets it. Yes, of course, we get it too. Um, who knows? Maybe one day we'll be like, "Oh, I'm fed up, not posting anymore." So you guys better be nicer to us. I'm just kidding. No, I'm real. It's for real. Like, I mean, why bother being nasty? I just don't get it. Just don't watch if it's not your jam, right? In all seriousness, why are you watching if you don't like it? That's your own fault.
Yeah,
It
you,
is. It's like,
you're
no,
hurting yourself. Get lost.
that's
you, you know,
stupid if you watch something you don't like, whose fault is that? Your own. No.
the I don't know if all of you realize, like, if I think we realized it maybe a week and a half ago that YouTube has also removed the
Yeah.
dislike the when you put a like everybody's got to give us a like for this video, but then if you give us a dislike, we can't see it anymore. Like, you can't see it, we can't see it. I don't know. I don't know how many dislikes we get anymore.
It's a
So it's
good
nothing.
move.
Yeah,
Because
it's
honestly, who needs to know how many dislikes? Like, it's such a morale downer and it doesn't help our analytics, okay? Because like regular people that make regular content, like we're not out there to make crazy content that is harmful. Like, no, we're making content, regular content. We're trying to be sharing and helpful. And that is it. Why do we need to know the people that don't like it or that just trolling? Like, we don't need to know that. So I love that. I love that they changed it. It was about time, honestly.
I was surprised. I was looking and said, hey, how many thumbs down did I get? And Amy, guess what? Your committed troll can't thumb down.
Right.
Your
Yeah.
committed troll can't give you one. Oh my god! So if you guys didn't realize, yeah, you can put as many as you want, but we can't see it anymore. We don't know. We
And
don't
in
know.
all honesty, you guys are helping us because you're actually upping our what is it called? The engagement rate. Whether you like or dislike, it's still increasing our engagement. So you're still helping our channel. So you're kind of stupid for doing it if you're trolling, okay? I'm just saying that. Whoever it is.
Oh, okay. So this is interesting. Okay, Amanda, thank you for letting me know. I just tried to dislike. It says share with creator.
Oh.
Oh, interesting. I'm gonna try and dislike some of your videos, Amy. Like a few of them and see what it says. That's interesting. Actually, I tried. You remember, I said, "Hey, I'm gonna give you a dislike
Yeah,
for one
you
of your
tried it on
videos,"
mine.
and then
What
and
happened?
then nothing. I didn't
Nothing,
get a
right?
share. No, I didn't get share with creator.
Yeah, that's
I
so
didn't get
strange.
that.
Like, maybe they're still in this phase where they're rolling it out. Because remember, at one point, I was like, "Oh, I can still see it," and then you're like, "No, I can't see it," but I could still see it at
Oh
one
yeah,
point. So
yeah,
maybe they're
yeah.
still kind of, yeah, the things are still being implemented as we speak. Yeah.
It's really interesting. Okay, bye, Eileen. She's going off. Got her booster yesterday. Thank you.
Nice.
I'm waiting.
Congrats.
Yeah, I'm waiting for
Oh,
mine.
yeah, rest well tonight.
I think I saw something. Hang on, I just skipped it. Okay, from Nadine. My family owns a strip club in Hawaii, and I saw one of the Hermes essays there and scared that he would tell my essay. I don't want her to have a bad impression of me. What should I do?
Oh,
What's wrong with that? It's not your.
that's interesting. That's kind of an awkward situation. But why are you so worried
Oh,
about bad impression though?
okay.
Because
So I help to run daily operations. It's a family business. I'm not ashamed, but I know that Hermes wants a certain kind of customer. No, they just want your money, okay? I'm sorry. They just want your money. They just want your pre-spend. I don't think it matters, honestly.
yeah, I think it's fine to wait, there's a follow-up. This one. Oh,
This one?
sorry.
This one?
I have received 3 Birkins this year. One on husband's profile, but afraid Emma's might have high school mentality and stop offering me bags. Oh.
I don't think
Ah.
they will. That's discrimination. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's not a crime to hang out at at a strip club, and plus you work there, so so it's like, what
And
can
it's
you
a
do?
family business. No one can. No,
Yeah.
seriously, no. Don't worry about it.
But that's like the funniest thing I've ever heard. I don't know anybody whose family owns a strip club and they work there. I don't think you have to
So,
worry about it. Yeah, it's
yeah,
fine.
cool. Nadine, if I ever get to Hawaii, can you bring me around? I've never been inside one. I've been such a good girl all my life. I've never been inside one. Wonder what it's like. What is it like?
Oh.
Okay. For the love of bags, I'm glad they took the dislike button away. I
Mm.
think it's a distraction. Really, actually, I did it. They just decided to implement it. I've been hearing about it on Instagram. Like on Instagram, they've been saying they want to. No, wait, no. Was it Instagram or Facebook that they wanted to remove the likes and dislikes and that, but it never happened.
Um, well, Instagram, they removed the numbers, but you can still see, like, if you click on it, you can still see who's liking the post. But remember that it used to have numbers? Like it shows the number of likes.
Shows
And
the
then
number
they
of likes.
removed the number because they don't want people to feel like comparing. Because like if you compare yourself to someone who gets 10,000 likes and then you only get 20 likes, like you kind of can compare.
I can still
And
see it.
um you can still see, I think you can see yourself, but you can't see others, can you? Let me see. Oh, you can.
Yeah, I
They put it
can.
back? I
Yeah,
forgot.
because you know why? There's this tag that goes around most liked photos on Instagram of
Oh,
the month. So you can sort of see it.
okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. Like, yeah, just get rid of it. I mean, get rid of the numbers or whatever. It's whatever.
I thought they removed it at one point.
No, they were talking about it. I remember
Oh,
they were
okay.
talking about it, but they never implemented it. So for YouTube to say, okay, we're done taking it off, but they took away the dislikes. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's interesting. Oh my god, Nadine, I gotta read this. I will take you around if you like the underground gambling as well. During pandemic, we opened up as a restaurant to be open, or to be open and started
Oh.
serving. You know, in Singapore, let me tell you a story. In Singapore, all the Singaporeans are like, you must be gonna talk about the KTV clubs. Yeah, so the in Singapore, I think they're not strip clubs. They're called KTV lounges. Basically, you go and karaoke there, like la 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 la, and they have hostesses, and it's legal. It's legal, okay. Um, but because of COVID, these kind of entertainment outlets, which are usually, close contact things, they had to revamp themselves to be serving food so that they can stay open. So yeah, a lot of KTV lounges now, they serve dinner. I should try and go in.
But it's not like, okay, okay. So who hangs out at this places? Usually it's when you want to celebrate something, or you have, I don't
No,
know, you
no.
want to gather. Like, why would you go by yourself
Yeah, I
to
don't
hang out
know.
there?
So KTV lounges are usually people that hang out at KTV lounges. Um, the main customers are usually those uncles
Ah.
that they go there and they, sing some songs, have some drinks, and then because we had a cluster of COVID, we had
Mm.
a cluster of COVID cases which exploded in Singapore around July and August, and it was called the KTV cluster. And then, and the funny thing is, because you usually, like I said, the customers are the uncles and husbands and boyfriends. Guys would go there and get, secretly have dinner, and obviously they have the hostesses there, and it was a huge spread of COVID cases, and all linked to all these KTVs. And the government said to call forth all these people to come and confess that they went to a
Ah.
KTV lounge, um, and get tested, because you guys are spreading the COVID. But obviously, no one came forth. Who's gonna say I went to the KTV lounge, where I was supposed to be working? The government had to come out and say, don't worry, you will not be prosecuted. Joking. So that was a huge cluster, like huge one, that caused a little lockdown.
Mm. Ayya, not the time lah. There's a time and place. But yeah, like if they didn't have a reason to go, like if they're literally just hanging out because they're bored.
They're hungry. They're having dinner. They're
Oh,
having dinner.
okay. Okay, I see. Oh well, I wouldn't know.
Oh
We don't.
well.
Well, if even if we have that, I wouldn't know because I obviously don't hang out enough to know. So.
Oh, okay, that's funny. Okay, so I'll take this last one for Nadine. Uh, it shouldn't matter. Exactly, it shouldn't matter. Just make sure you don't buy your with $1 bills.
Oh god.
Oh, this is funny. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Uh, Amanda saying that not prosecuted. It's your ID will be
Mm.
confidential. Oh yeah, yeah. Nonsense lah. Singapore government. You're not supposed to be there, but you're there. Oh, that's so funny. Anyway, okay, so we are actually at the 2 hour mark. So yeah, thank you. This is such a fun one, right? So it's really fun to do. We'll do this, I think, not regularly, but I think we'll do this maybe in a
Every
couple
two,
months
three
where,
months, we should do one like that, I think.
yeah, we'll do one like
Yeah.
this where we'll collect all the questions from those that cannot be here real time, and then we'll do a Q&A, and then of course there are more Q&As coming in. So thank you everyone for participating. Just remember, tomorrow is the members live, and we're gonna share the luxury wish list of the members. So if any of you want to share, you can drop us an email. Let me just pull our emails out. So either Amy at fashionablyamy@gmail.com, or you can just email me. It's just makeup at gmail.com. So yeah, drop me an email before tomorrow. So the time it's Singapore 1:30 and 9:30 Canadian Saturday night. So yeah, see you guys tomorrow. See the members tomorrow. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun, casual one. Thank you,
Okay. See you tomorrow,
everyone.
guys. Bye.
Bye.